Unleash Your Potential is the first thing that pops up on the website of TeensWhoCode, an organization that teaches teenagers in Lebanon to just do that, unleash their potential. I'm joined here today by Nour Atrissi, CEO and founder of TeensWhoCode, to talk about the organization, the diversity of the participants, and also the first time they introduce a cryptocurrency course. Welcome, Nour Atrissi, to our show. Thank you very much for joining us. Let me start off, thank you. Let me start off by saying I was very intrigued to learn about TeensWhoCode because I not only believe that it's very important for teenagers to unleash their potential, but also to think outside the box. For the audience that don't know, please tell us a little bit about TeensWhoCode and what it is.
So TeensWhoCode is a Lebanese startup based in Beirut. And for the past 3 years, we've been organizing this summer camp, our flagship program called Unleash Your Potential, where students come in for 4 weeks. It's a day camp, and the program consists of 4 different pillars. So we've got the courses, the sports, we visit companies, and we do a startup competition at the end of the camp. And they choose the courses that they like. We're giving them the freedom of choosing in order to help make decisions and become decision makers. And the courses we have are across the board, from completely technical, like cybersecurity, coding with Python, web, mobile, game development, and there are other things on the other end of the spectrum, like movie making, creative writing, and so on. So it's pretty diverse. In order to help them become well-rounded individuals, they got to be exposed to a lot of things, and not just, like, even if they're so good at technical, which is the future, if they don't have a set of other skills, it's going to be kind of useless. So they do the courses, they learn what it takes to succeed in this century, but then at the same time, they visit companies, they meet with the founders, the CEOs, they get to know the teams, they learn the stories of these companies and how they started, which kind of gives them some inspiration for the future, ideas, opens up opportunities for them to know, oh, there are different things that I can do when I graduate, or maybe a few years after I graduate. And the sports is also because we believe that we want to instill in them that the balance that they have to do between working on themselves, on their career, on their brain, their skills, but at the same time, they got to stay healthy and take care of their bodies. So we kind of try to instill the notion that you got to stay balanced no matter how busy you are, no matter how the things that you are doing in your life. And at the end, the startup competition is like a full day of an intensive exercise for them to learn how to come up or how to think about finding a problem and solving it in a business way, creating a startup around the solution of this problem.
So you combine fun and knowledge.
Exactly.
Perfect combination. You did mention in the article that there's a summer camp and also a follow-up internship. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, yeah. So we started our internship program in 2017. It's been 3 editions so far. And what we do is we choose the students who have a decent level of programming, basic skills, and then we match them with one of the companies who are in our partner network for an internship program that lasts a month after the summer camp. So they do 4 weeks of summer camp and then 4 weeks of internship. And this internship is usually very, very topic focused, and most of the time it's technical. So they come to the office every day, they sit with the engineering team, they have their laptop with them. So they get to experience what it's like to be an engineer or a developer, and they might decide that this is what I want to do, this is for me, or maybe, no, this is not for me, that's not what I want to do. So it saves them a lot of effort and trouble and years of studying something they don't want, or actually they stumble upon their passion, they get inspired by someone at the team.
Let's talk a little bit about the background. How did you come up with it, and how did you find people to actually be motivated and do this with you?
Okay, so I come from a completely different background. I studied food science at university, food science and management, and I was working in that field. I worked in food safety. But a couple years back in 2014, I stumbled upon the startup ecosystem in Lebanon, and I started meeting different individuals doing different things, and I got very inspired. I loved the idea of a startup, and that I discovered that all the different myths that we know is that you gotta have a lot of money to start a company, or you gotta have like 20 years of experience, and you have to have a business degree. All of it is not correct. So I started learning coding myself. That was in 2014. And then while learning, I realized that I got to put a lot of time and effort into this. And what I'm going to create might work or not. Like, even if I spend the rest of my life building things, chances of me building the next big thing or the thing that's going to affect millions and a billion maybe people is really, really slow. So what if I put this effort into teaching other people how to code so that collectively what we can build together, the chances and probability is going to be much higher. So I decided to put my time into helping other people. This is how TeensWhoCode started. And what I was thinking about, who's the best audience to learn? Who is it that I can teach? Who's gonna make the best out of it? It's the new generation.
Teens, yeah, exactly.
Someone who's already has an established career and is just doing it for fun. No, we want people to actually make use of the skill and make a difference and impact in society. We want to teach them to produce, whether it's media or coding, anything of their own production is going to set them apart in life and in their career. And this is my mission. Like, I want to empower teenagers all over the world to become the best versions of themselves by equipping them with what's needed in order to succeed. And where we live in an era where this couldn't have been done before. It's extremely easy right now if you actually
it's the time,
sit and have the tools. It's doable. Before it wasn't doable. Like there were a lot of barriers. There was no internet. You had to like actually go and get a degree and study for like several years in order to be able to be good at something. Now you can be good at something from your own home with your computer and internet, regardless of your age, of your gender.
Exactly.
So we wanna do this in other countries. That's the plan.
Very impressive. Something I like talking about or tackle is diversity. How diverse are your summer camps?
Okay, this is one of the things that I love the most about TeensWhoCode, which is the diversity of the students who come. In terms of backgrounds, in terms of ages, we have this thing where the students are not split based on their age group, and which is something that wherever they go, they're split based on their age group, and I think it's not fair. Like, they do this for 18 years. They come to TeensWhoCode and they take the course of their choice based on their skill level. So if I'm taking Introduction to Robotics, I'm 12 years old, there could be a 16-year-old sitting next to me because he's also at the same level. He or she is doing Introduction to Robotics. That's the first thing. The other one is that we've been seeing more and more girls with time. They're getting more excited about this because there has been a local and global awareness about the importance of being involved with something like this. And the fact that our program is, as you said, fun and educational at the same time, it's kind of like attractive. So like, hey, I like doing biking. I like doing, a startup competition. Let me try this program. And then you sign in, you sign up, and then you take maybe, coding with Python, and you realize, oh, it's not as hard as I thought. Oh, it's not for boys. I can actually do it. So this is the other diversity that we're seeing in terms of boys and girls, which I absolutely love. The nationalities and the backgrounds of the students. Actually, given that we're in Lebanon, most of the students are Lebanese. However, some of them are Lebanese living abroad who come to Lebanon to spend the summer. So they actually meet other Lebanese living here and they connect. And there are also some people, some internationals who live here or who are coming here for the summer. This year we had 2 students from Russia, we had students from India, we had students from Jordan. They're not the majority, but it adds a very nice cultural
mix
to the group.
Let's talk about the star of today's interview, cryptocurrency. How was the experience? Because this year is the first year to introduce such a course. How was the experience doing so?
Okay, so when the students sign up for TeensWhoCode, they choose the courses that they want. We had 17 courses, and every student gets to choose 4 of these 17. And if a course doesn't get chosen by anyone, we simply don't offer it. So cryptocurrency and blockchain was one of the offerings, and we didn't know whether it was going to have attention or not. And surprisingly, it was full. It was full capacity. Like, we couldn't admit any more students. And that's very interesting because a lot of them are aware about the topic and they want to dive deeper. They want to learn from an expert. And some of them don't know. And when they're signing up, we explain to them what each course is about. We provide them a description. We help them make a decision. and they're like, oh, okay, let me try that. So we had two types of people: people who already knew and wanted to dive deeper, and people who did not and wanted to not be left behind in a world where cryptocurrency is currently at the core of everything, and it's going to be the main thing in the next coming years. It was pretty successful, and the students enjoyed it. We got a lot of good feedback and the testimonials that we took from them later on. And I'm absolutely thrilled because probably everything is going to be on the blockchain in the future.
For students that want to participate in such a camp, are there any prerequisites for them?
So we do not require students to have a specific coding background. A lot of students think that they have to be developers in order to join. No, it's the other way around. You can come with absolutely no coding background, nothing, but what we require you to come with is gusto and enthusiasm. You gotta want it, you gotta be excited about it in order to benefit. Otherwise, it's gonna be a waste of your summer.
That's a great remark. I'm going to end it with this, gusto and enthusiasm. Thank you so much, Nour, for taking your time and joining us today. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
It was my pleasure. And to you, thank you very much for joining us today as well. Make sure to subscribe to our social media accounts. Also, visit our website and don't forget to tune in next time. أبن زينب شمس الدين. إلى اللقاء وسنراكم لاحقا.